live now? Okay. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone around the world, and good morning, all the people who are attending here online and on YouTube. Today we have our beautiful, handsome boy, Aryan Singh, who is graphic designer, you can say visual art, contemporary art designer, and he has designed covers for music album, and he has worked with rappers like Central C, Kanye West, etc. Then he has worked on visual campaign on the album Nakshatra by DRV, which charted at 9 rank in the Apple Music India chart. Currently, he is working actively towards changing the perception and importance of visual campaigns and staging album rollouts in Indian music industry. Quite a long achievement and quite a long list of achievement which he and what all he is working on digital platform, digital visual platform. So I would welcome Aryan Singh. He's very young and he has just finished his school. It is amazing that he is working at international level, and all the designs that he has designed is popular in international level, at an international level. Also, I have put up his few of the designs in the shorts. You can see his designs there also, and they are really very popular, though it ranks into contemporary art, but I really like them. So people have to have the bent of art to understand his art. So over to Aryan Singh. Welcome, Aryan, on this global learning and training platform. And we welcome you with whole heart. So please come on line.
Hi,
Yes.
thank you. So I'll just start by sharing my journey till here. Basically, I'm a visual artist and designer, and uh, yeah, I work with rappers and musicians in the music industry. And it all started back when I was in grade 6, when I got into photography. So I would use Photoshop to edit the photos that I took. And after a while, I got really into the software and all the possibilities that it opened. And I guess before I knew it, I was creating something new almost every day. That's how my interest in this started. So after that, I started posting my work on Instagram, and that's where things really took off. And I gained recognition for my art, and it was actually a rush to see so many people coming from all over the world to appreciate my work. And well, then COVID happened, and so I was in grade 10 when COVID happened, and everything changed. All my exams got cancelled. I was just left at home with nothing to do. So I just thought I'd pour all my energy into art. And that's when I started taking clients from the music industry, because before that, a lot of people had actually texted me saying, we want you to work on our albums and stuff like that. So yeah, that's when I started taking clients. And fast forward to 3 years later, I'm out of school, still on the same path. And the goal is a little bit bigger now. It's to revolutionize the way music rollouts are done for music albums in the Indian scene, because there's not much importance given to art in the music industry right now, which is what I'm trying to change. So yeah.
So how your journey started, Aryan? Journey to this form of art. How did you start your journey?
Uh, like when I was young, in like grade six, that's when my like art journey started. And after that, yeah, like I was just thrown into the music industry with no connections and no backing, nothing like that. It just sort of organically happened.
How you were found by these people who were working in the music industry or who were really appreciative towards your art form, because it is very unusual and different kind of art form which normally people don't understand. So how you were found by these people like music rappers and music album people who really wanted their cover to be designed by you?
So in the beginning, when I only used to post my photography, it was actually not through Instagram, but Unsplash that like actually made me gain popularity because like it's a really good platform if you want to post your work, and most people don't know about it. But my Unsplash account right now is sitting at like 7 million views, and I started in 2018. When it comes to the art, it was through Instagram because like the genre of my art would mostly be towards like edgy or like the music that I liked, I would just design posters related to it. And I think it just got circulated in the right circles because soon enough, like managers of rappers were following me and like talking to me and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. And I would like to ask you how you create these designs, whether there is some method that you use, something that inspire you to create these unique designs.
Mostly, I would like to say that I have a creative process, as many artists do, but that's really not the case. I just make it a point or like make it a habit to create something new every day, even if it's some commission that I'm working on, or if it's just a sketch in my sketchbook, stuff like that. And so basically, I just jot down ideas, I act on them, and if I see something that really sticks, then I take it to the next step and actually develop it into a painting. But there's
Okay.
no like process to it. I just need to be in my zone. But when I'm like in that zone, then I'm in it for like a solid 6, 7 hours. So I do it all in one go.
Wow. This is what focus is all about. And you
Yeah.
have to really focus on your thing, and you are sitting there and designing something for 7, 8 hours. That's amazing. Now, I saw in one of your Instagram posts that you take pictures, and with that pictures, you get the things, design it in such a way that it becomes a uh, beautiful piece of art. So, how do you explain it?
Basically, when it comes to photos, I'm still a photographer, but it used to be my main thing that I did quite some time ago. And the thing with that was I was happy with the photos I was getting, but at the same time, I knew that I could do something more with them when I got introduced to Photoshop. So that's when the whole editing photos thing started. And then I just did my research and I realized there's an entire genre and there's an entire group of people who are doing the same thing that I wanted to do. So yeah, I just hopped onto YouTube one day and I just searched photo editing tutorial Photoshop, and that's how I started. But after that, it was mostly just experimentation. I took a photo, I like imported it into Photoshop and just did my thing with it. Yeah.
Because I have seen your Instagram post in that you have used like daily pictures also, like about your dog. And there was one picture about your family, which you have recently, you have designed into a beautiful piece of art. Um, how do you express those things into that piece of art?
It's mostly just about translating the mundane or like the everyday things that are there that everybody sees into something new that people do not tend to see. So it's changing the perception of people towards normal things that they think happen every day or something. But like every moment is special, right? So I just want to capture that into art.
Great. So these photographs, it is close to your heart. So whatever comes out, it comes out from your heart, and you describe it into a graphic and visual art, right?
Yeah.
Now, those things, when you look back, and you have given captions also in those things, so they are very unusual captions. How do you explain those captions
For the photos or for the
for the
paintings?
art?
For the art.
Yes.
Uh, so here also my process is a little bit different as compared to other conventional artists. But so most people like to think of the title before they make the painting, right? What I do is I take the idea, I develop it into a painting, and then I start looking or brainstorming for titles. So I would have a page where it would be like 15 possible titles, and then I would pick one from it. And the process of like choosing the title is it's not like a set process. I just go with whatever I feel works for the painting. It has to convey the emotion perfectly.
That's great. And I feel that you have done a beautiful job on creating the art and captioning it differently. Now, those different captions are known worldwide. How do you express yourself or connect to these international uh, communities who are appreciative about your art? How do they see you? Because they don't know your age. And how do they see you as a matured artist, as a unique artist, or like how they see you? What is their perception about you?
It's actually crazy because if you asked me this question like 5 years ago, I would have a completely different answer. I would be starstruck. But right now, it's so I have my age on the bio on my Instagram page. So like most people know that I'm like 18 or whatever. So mostly like I wake up like every week at least. This happens at least like twice or thrice. I wake up in the morning and then I check my Instagram and there's like 2 3 messages from people asking me to like illustrate my process or just nice messages saying, hey, we like your art, we're from this country, stuff like that. So and I've also had some texts where people are literally saying that, your art inspires me, or they're sending me their art asking me what they could do better in it or how they could, gain that traction. So yeah, it's actually a very crazy feeling, to be honest.
So, when you first got one of your first assignment, how you felt it?
I was actually very happy because I had been thinking about starting to, work on a commission basis at first, but I couldn't really figure out how to do it. But when people started messaging me themselves without me advertising my stuff anywhere, and when I got my first assignment, it was actually a very, I've always wanted to work in like rap music, especially because it's always been like home to me. Ever since I was young, I was into that genre of music, and just connecting with the people from that landscape directly and working with them was a very good experience. So yeah.
Wow, that's so good. Can you show your latest art, that is red color one, which you have put up on Instagram, that is related to
Uh,
your family? Will you be able to show that?
Red, which one?
Last post of your Instagram.
The one with the 2 people in it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to look for it. Just give me 1 second. It's
Yeah,
somewhere
sure.
on my laptop.
Yes. So, audience, this is about Aryan, how you would like to see him, because he is very young. So do you have any questions for him or anything that comes in your mind? Just you can say it here till Aryan finds some beautiful art for us.
I think it's very inspiring to see. So we are so excited to see these pictures.
Anyone else who would like to say something about his art? Of course, he's going to show some of his art, but what all we have gone through till now, we can just go through it. And of course, you must be having some questions regarding what he has shared. So do you have any opinion regarding this this particular talk and this particular session? Anyone would like to say something? They can always unmute themselves and they can ask or share their views.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what I would like to know from him is that would he also means what are the other verticals where he could project this design? Would he do also on cover page book of books written by authors? Or can he do it for also children books?
Yeah. Aryan, just answer this question.
Yeah.
Samina ji is asking.
Okay,
yeah,
so
please repeat. Yes.
So basically, when it comes to the whole field of design, there's a lot of possibilities where you can actually use those skills. When it comes to books, it's a more of an illustration thing, right? Where you have to convey the message of. So if we're talking about children's books in specific, it's a very specific skill set because you have to be able to convey the feelings that a child would feel while reading. You have to think about that as well. And so basically, yeah, these skills could come in any field. We could do book covers, we could do magazine covers as well, but it just depends on what, like, you have to find a niche for yourself, because if you generalize too much, then there's a lot of saturation in the market. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So this is very exciting. Yes, Meena ji.
Yeah, hello. Yes, good morning to you. If he's starting his talk, I would rather hold back my question. But if he's still working on something, and in the meantime, I can ask this question. Yes, Aryan, these designs on your design, personal, like hard work, and I know in ChatGPT it's the content which is coming, but at one point I think photographs and paintings and all these things will come also, which we are waiting to find out. So how do you protect yourself or patent yourself? Is there any website you do that? Because design infringement is my question.
Yeah. That's actually a very good question. I've been reading up on that for a while now. So there's already softwares that let you generate pictures and paintings over the internet. So there's one called Midjourney. So the thing with that is you put in a prompt and you specify what style you want the photo to be in, and it generates photos for you, and you can just download them and use them without there's no licensing involved, there's no contracts involved. But at the same time, there's been a lot of protest around this in the art world as well, as to how artists can differentiate themselves from a computer. And the main thing that has popped up is that a computer, so the AI, so basically what the AI does is it takes already existing art and then it mixes it to match your prompt. It is not capable of, making something of its own mind. That's where human creativity comes in, which I hope in the near future it cannot replicate. But yeah, when it comes to design infringement, there's actually a lot of activists in the art world right now who are actively, working towards getting this regulated, because right now AI art is not regulated at all. So anybody can do anything. It's like a wasteland. But yeah, hopefully in the future we have something which stops it from using, people's art because it's basically just plagiarism. Most people don't know it, but it just takes art and then it mixes it and gives you a result. So yeah.
I was told there is one website. I'm forgetting the name of that website where you can register, and that is type of. They're supporting all types of people, art, literature, or in anything. And then I think it's in India or international. I don't know. I'm forgetting the name. If you know that, please refresh my memory, because that's something where you patent it or you license it there. You put it there. That becomes yours, and you give a disclaimer or whatever. You claim it, actually, not disclaimer. So that becomes your property, whoever does it first.
I'm not sure I know of a website like that, but from what I know, you can only actually like patent or license your art, legally, because there's no website that will do it for you. There might be mediums, but yeah, I don't think I know of that website.
Okay. And like flowers and butterfly things, whatever we see in the nature, it's nature's patent. How can we say we have created that? We are
Yeah.
inspired. So
Yeah,
where
that's
do
why in the art world there's like very less issues of patenting your work, because certainly there's licenses. So even when I work on a project, I give the people a Creative Commons license, which is that they can use it in creative pursuits or they can use it as part of their brand identity. But when it comes to proper like patents where people can't recreate it, that's very difficult in the art world, because art is a very inspired thing, right? You get inspired by several pieces and then you decide to make your own. And you can't really put a license on inspiration, right? But yeah, so basically you can patent stuff like, so there was this color, right? It's called Vanta Black. It's the darkest shade of black known to man. So something like that, which also involves technology, can be licensed and it's already patented by an artist. But when it comes to individual pieces, then it becomes very difficult to put a license on them.
Great. Thank you so much, Ashmiji. And really, it is very inspiring to hear about all these things. And yet there is a setback that you can't copyright your art. It can be used by anyone and anywhere in the world. Now, there is one more thing that you have created, that is the fonts. That is the new font that you have created, and that is known as Cantica. What do you say about your new font that you have created?
So yeah, I made that font back in April when I was working on my university applications. So I made it for my portfolio specifically. And what I basically did with that font is I took an existing font, I imported it into Photoshop and I squashed it horizontally. So if it was originally like this, I made it like this. And then I printed all those glyphs out. And then I took my dad's scanner. It was in my room for like a good few days. So what I did was I turned the scanner on and I scanned those digits like individually through the scanner. And while I was scanning it, I was also moving the sheet of paper, which gave some pretty unique results. And once I was done with all of that, I just imported it into Photoshop, turned it into a font, made some posters out of it for my portfolio. Yeah.
Yeah. So your screen is ready, Aryan?
Yeah, I'm just trying to log into my Instagram
Okay.
from my laptop. Just give me 2 minutes.
So anyone else amongst the audience who have anything to ask? Aryan, there's one request from audience that you share your Instagram link on the chat box so that they can see your artwork also
Yeah,
offline.
I'll share that right now as well.
Yeah. So anyone else who have any questions or anything to ask about Aryan or Aryan's artwork? Because already it is there on shorts which I created, and it is beautiful pieces of art which I have used. Even on poster also I have used his font and his artwork below the last line of the poster, so you can have a visually see those artwork which he has created. They are really unique, and you need to have his you have to get into his frame of mind to understand these contemporary art pieces. So his really inspiring journey is very interesting, and I really appreciate that he gave us little time from his tight schedule of creating visual art and to be with us to share his thoughts and perception and his achievements. So that is really very good. And anyone who can ask any question, yes, please, Amit Singh. You can unmute yourself. You can come online.
Thank you, Dr. Nupur. And hi, Aryan. I would like you to share some of your art on the screen so that all of us can see that, because
yeah, I was just logging into my Instagram
yeah,
account. I'll share my screen right now.
We would love to see your art, and perhaps maybe you can help us with some of your artworks. What is the story behind? What is the concept? What is the thought behind those art pieces?
I don't think I'm able to share my screen right now.
Now you can share.
No, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
1 minute. I'll just request host.
Yeah, you can share it now.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this was the one you were talking about, the red one, right?
Yes.
So
There's another one. Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, this one you show. This is also, I think so, related to your family.
Not really family. It's just I just make stuff and then I title it. There's no like, it depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. Yeah.
That's beautiful. What do you say about this one?
So yeah, this one's called Dissection, and I made it like a year ago.
Okay.
And basically all these start out as rough sketches, like one-liners, and then I just go in on the details. So it's basically, you can see like two people, right? And then basically it's trying to simulate what a different perception of the world would look like if you see from an outsider's perspective. And all these little details with like the dissected torso of both of them. And then if you look closely, there's a piece of this human on this, and there's a piece of this on like the bottom of this, like the torso. And yeah, other than that, I'll just let the details speak for themselves.
Wow. Great.
This was like early in the process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. This is beautiful piece of art. And this one, the one full moon, it has 3 or 4 slides, right?
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this was like a client work. I'm working with this rapper called Darcy, and this was for his album that dropped last month. So this, I did like the visuals for it. This was like the main cover. We were trying to go for a dark, cryptic, Illuminati inspired look for it. And we were inspired by those retro horror shows on Indian television. So we
Okay.
were going with that look also. So
Wow.
this is a result of that. Yeah.
And this is the picture of your family?
No, it's his family. It's like his
His
childhood
family.
photo. Yeah,
Okay.
this was like a client work.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Then there's one, how you created Nakshatra cover page. That is also very fascinating.
Yeah. So Nakshatra was like actually a benchmark in my career because that album actually did very well. I was not expecting it to do that well, but we reached. So yeah. Um, we started work on this. So basically, this released on November 10th, and in August, so the rapper whose album it is, his name is Dhruv Rajpal. So in August, he came to Dehradun to just visit, and he had a music video shoot. So that's when we met. Like we'd been working together before that, but that was like the first time that we met. And then he explained his vision to me. This is like a second album, and so yeah, that's when he asked, like, are you on board? Do you want to do this? I was like, yeah, because the vision was something very unique. The concept behind this album is that it's a spiritual journey that this character Dhruv is embarking on. And the songs are the stories that he tells during that journey, of that journey. So in the end, he finds solace. So basically, his version was like we all know the Dhruv Tara, right? Like the star. Uh, so in the story, like in the official mythological story, what happens is that Dhruv embarks on a journey and he finds Lord Vishnu or Indra, I think, one of those two. But what his version was is that he found Shiva instead. So that's why the album is filled with moments of, peace. And there's also like graphic debauchery in between to just like cover everything that like it comes with. So yeah, I started even for this, I started with the sketch and the typography first. So this is like the main word mark that we went with. And like I think day before yesterday, he sent me a photo and he got this nakshatra thing tattooed on his forearm, which was crazy to me because at the end of the day, it's my art on somebody's skin like forever. So this was like the first draft that I made for it. It's just a sketch right now, but we ended up not using it. And this was the first sketch for the cover that it is right now. So basically, I just like to block things out and then develop on them further, like as we go through. And then the final cover is this one. And another fun fact, we even got an article on like homegrown.in, which listed it as a generation defining piece in the Indian music industry, like this cover art. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. This is beautiful, beautiful cover, and it syncs with our spiritual aspect also. And how do you relate spiritual aspect in this connecting to Lord Shiva? That is also a very beautiful explanation, and of course, it matches with the music album also. Now, there's one more that you have created is about your dog. There, I can see your dog also in one of the picture. That is black and white sketch.
Black and white.
What makes us human is also very beautifully done.
Yeah.
It was very amazing explanation what you have created in that. It was really very impressive. I think so. You can show that one also.
Okay. So what dog one?
There was one dog that was in black color, black and white. So let's go in for what makes us human.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Even this one I worked on when I was making my portfolio for college.
Yeah.
And basically, I found one of the photos that I took. I think I've put it somewhere here. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. So I went out in the streets of Dehradun. We have a market here called Paltan Bazaar. So I think in 2019, I went there with one of my friends to just do some street photography. And that's when we got this photo. So it's basically two different photos. I got one of this man and then one of like some uncles at a tea shop. So I found it again when I was working on my portfolio, and then I decided to do something with it because, oh yeah, I just like both of the photos. And basically, what this means is no matter how you classify people, what you identify as, whatever, the brains inside each of us are, it's basically the same thing, right? That is what makes us human, a common conscience, a common way of thinking, a common, civilization or a culture, as we call it. So that was basically the inspiration behind this. And then after that, I just executed it on paper.
Wow. This is what we should always follow. We are all human after all.
Yeah.
And you have taken a photograph and created a piece of art that is amazing. And how you connected these people's brain with one common thing, that we are human.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful rendition of your art and your perception. Beautiful. In these Instagram posts, which one attracts, and I mean, which one is your best part?
I would say my art style that I have right now attracts a lot of people, especially this one, because basically I make it a point to make my art style something that hits you as soon as you look at it, right? It's just a sudden splash of color and details and everything. And you have to look really close to uncover everything that I've put in it. So a lot of people text me on this one, they asking what I was like, basically just asking what I was thinking when I made this. So yeah.
Wow. Is this a piece of photograph which you have converted into this?
No. It's a painting.
It's a painting. Wow.
Yeah.
You paint also? Your oil painting?
Yeah, digital painting.
Digital painting. Okay. Do you paint?
I used to in school, but then I bought a canvas like last year and I put something on it, but I didn't really like how it turned out. So it's still in the garage.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. This is very beautiful. Now, can you show your font that you have created?
This one. Yeah. So this is Cantica. Basically, this was the glyph I took originally, and then I compressed it in Photoshop and then scanned it to get this effect. So I also made some posters with it. Posters are like I actually made like a mini book from it just to show what it would look like if it was put in the real world. And so yeah, every single character built by hand using a scanner. Fun fact, this photo I took in Kasauli when I was there for a vacation. I just really liked it, so I put it here. So this is like the main font, uppercase, lowercase. So yeah, these are the posters. All these photos I took myself and then I just made posters out of it.
Wow.
It's basically just to demonstrate how the font would look like if used in the real world, because a lot of people, so this is a display font, right? Display fonts are traditionally used by people who are making posters or visuals for concerts and stuff like that. So you have to show them what it would look like if they used it. So this is like the book I planned out of it.
Wow, beautiful. And this was the poster which I was talking about. There's a dog in there. Now, this is,
yeah, this one.
Yeah. So this is, I think, so your own dog who is.
No, I took this photo in Kasauli.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. That's great. So again, we come back to your art. Which one is, again, which made you famous?
Made me famous. I think basically these three also sort of catapulted me into like the music scene, because this was before I had the art style that I have now. And especially this one, yeah. So this is the work I did for Central C. for this back in February, Feb. And he had an album called 23, which actually went #1 on the UK charts uh, in music. So I did this little drawing for it, and it was actually printed on the official CD booklet that they give out. So this also gave me a lot of traction. I think there's a comment. Yeah, so he actually like saw it and then he took it and then he used it in his thing.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. So I would say it's these three. Other than that, when I started the new art style with posts like these, a lot of people were just taken aback because nobody was really doing this art style in the Indian scene. You'd see a lot of international artists do, like abstract art, but something as most people would term it as disturbing, but I just like to call it peaceful, which is weird, but yeah. So yeah, even these.
Wow, this is amazing. What I have no words to say anything, but still I would say that this is amazing, and you are inspired by so many things around you, which made you create so many beautiful things. Anything that specifically attracts you in this journey of sketches to the stages in this music industry?
Something which attracts me is basically just making a lot of connections with rappers themselves or their teams or like people just working in the music industry, because it's gotten me stuff that I could never imagine 5 years ago. I used to be a fan of some rappers and now I'm working directly with them on their albums, which is a pretty crazy feeling. And I'm not even gonna lie, like the recognition that comes with it is also something that I enjoy a lot, because having people put you in lists of best cover arts of the year and stuff like that is a very like, I would never like 5 years ago, I would never expect anything like that to happen to me because I was still into photography. I did not know that I was going to be doing this. So, yeah, it's basically that. Just keep going.
What about this art homemade Mio that you have, right? That is lady in a
This
just
one?
next to your, yeah, this one, yeah.
Yeah, even this was a client work. So he was dropping an album called Romeo. So I just did all the visuals for it. It's basically like, it was basically a botched love story. So which is what I try to convey in the cover as well. Just filled with a lot of heartbreak and sadness and stuff.
Use of color is amazing, so bright, and the red color always attracts. And this is what you have used, and the way you have used these, expression of the person in the art is amazing. It is giving peace as well as if the person is going into a trance, right? That what you have tried to express. So the moment I see this, I'm getting the feel that, oh yes, whatever I'm going to hear in the music, it will give me this kind of expression. That is, I will feel peace, I will listen to it, and I will be, in the other world. That is what you have tried to express, and it is amazing. That means whatever you are expressing, it is going well into the mind of the person who is looking at your art. So this is very important in the art field. Whatever you are expressing, that is being understood by the people. What if anybody doesn't understand your art? What do you feel about that?
I don't really feel any type of way about it. Like, art is a very subjective thing. It's a very private thing for a lot of people to express what kind of art they're into, because at the end of the day, it boils down to their own experiences, their own likes and dislikes. So yeah, if somebody tells me, like, it has happened before, I wouldn't lie. People have come up to me and they've said that, oh, like, we don't really understand what's going on here. It's not for us, which is okay. Like, I appeal to the audience that actually likes my work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't think about it as much if somebody says that they don't like understand it, because I'm clear about my vision and what I'm trying to do. So yeah.
Wow. Just below the Romeo poster, there is another poster, a man who is twisting his body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just explain what it is all about, because I can see tire mark and the sun behind. What do you say about this particular art?
This was basically me uh, trying to mix realism with my art style. So here it's very obvious, right? That is the figure of a man, which is not that obvious in some of my other works, because it's very like detailed or like detail oriented and stuff. So yeah, when it comes to this one, it was basically the subject of loneliness, because the title is "And Nobody Was There." And you can see, you know how in prison people put tally marks on the walls, right? Like the, I don't know what it's called, the line thing. So it's basically that. And yeah, there's just me experimenting with a lot of styles. So it's like a mixture of 2, 3 different art styles.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. And you have depicted yourself. Anywhere else you have depicted yourself?
Uh, Me, not really. I like to tell other people's stories. Yeah, other than that, it's just characters that I've made.
Yeah.
So this was more conventional modern art, like you would expect to see this style of art in an art gallery. But at the same time, you would not expect this at an art gallery, which is a good contrast. So yeah, these were just a lot of throwaways that I'd made and like forgot to post. I just posted them all together. But yeah, this is where I work from.
Wow. You
Yeah.
have everything from canvas to computer to books and everything. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you say about this painting which have girls in the picture?
Who's in the picture? This one?
Yes, this one.
This was another commission that I made for a client.
Yeah.
It's one of my most like commercial works. Like I would never make something like that for my own art style, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it was what. So basically, I try to do a good mixture of art and design, right? Art is self-expression, while design is problem solving. So in order to be a good like visual artist, especially in the music industry, you have to find a way to blend both of those. You can't just give the clients what they want. You have to add your own twist to it as well, because there's a lot of people doing the same thing and you have to find a way to stand out. So for this one, this was like the unused cover, because I used like an old comic book style, like you would expect to find this in old like Superman comics and stuff. So yeah.
Wow.
And then this is the one that actually got finalized for it.
Okay. That's beautiful cover. And of course, it is not your style of
Yeah.
work, but still you have done it. That's great. So can you show something which you have created in animation?
In animation, I actually worked on a music video for Universal Music
Yeah.
last month, but I'm not supposed to show it to anyone right now. It's releasing on the 20th.
Okay.
Other than that, I can show you a video that I animated.
Yes.
This is a video that I edited. It's not exactly animation, it's just taking a lot of clips and then just using them. But I'll show you the one I animated on
Wow.
YouTube. I'll just share my screen again.
Yes. So anyone out here who would like to add something about what all Aryan has shown?
Aryan, I must say it's wonderful, amazing work that you are doing. Can you tell the audience how should they reach you in case they want you to commission some work for them?
Yeah, I've linked my Instagram in the chat box. I'll send it once again for the people who just joined.
So people have to DM you or
Yeah.
reach out to you through the Instagram handle that you have.
Yeah.
Is there any other way? Because a lot of people are not on Instagram these days.
Yeah, I'll send my email ID here as well. 1 second.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I just sent it.
So anyone else? Yeah, wow, great.
Yeah. Is it visible? Yeah,
Yes,
right? Okay. So basically, this was a music video animated on a very short notice because, like, it's the same guy, Dhruv, right? He hit me up one day and he's like, "We have this song." So this song was already out, and he said, "Like, I have promised my audience that when it hits 100,000 listens, I'll share the music video." But the problem was he had the music video, he didn't have the animations for it. And when he like texted me, the song was at like 90,000 listens, and I was not expecting it to go to 100,000 in like a day. So I had like 2 days to animate this entire thing. So all the animations with the white lines is by me.
Lips like strawberries, get the when you call me. Baby, I love when you put it on umbrella. Watch how I leave with complicated. थोड़ी बहुत toxic, कोई और नहीं. कर तो मेरा ज़ाया कब से इंतजार में हूँ. शाम होते ही करता रो. कब से इस जगह पे हूँ. अब बंद था कमरा और अब क्यों निकला. हाँ पास मेरे स्कॉच बातें करे बहुत पर क्या करे दिल का. उन्हें लगा था इजी करे हम बाउंस. बेबी थोड़ी नीडी तो मैं देता थोड़ा भाव. ने देखा मुझे टीवी पे तो करा नहीं डाउट. मेरा बना लगे सीना चाहता तेरा क्लाउड. क्यों बोलते झूठ फक अप माय मूड. आंखों में है पैसे जो वो करे मुझे लूट. पीछे भी के रीसेल चले मेरे शूज. ये सारी मेरी दुनिया चले मेरे रोज. ना चाहिए तेरा प्यार ना चाहिए तेरे नोज. बेबी करते बाय लेकिन always kinda cute. खड़ा मैंने vibe and I'm kissing on you. आगे मेरे राज but I'm feeling kinda blue. Thinking about you. कर तो मेरा ज़ाया कब से इंतजार में हूँ. शाम होते ही करता रो. कब से इस जगह पे हूँ. कर तो मेरा ज़ाया कब से इंतजार में हूँ. शाम होते ही करता रो. कब से इस जगह पे हूँ.
So yeah, that was one of my animations. The other one comes out on 20th.
wow, that was amazing. And it was really beautifully done. Wow,
Thank you.
amazing. And anyone who would like to say something about these visuals that you have just now seen? Any comments on that? Or any questions on that? I would like to say, yes, you have really created a magic on screen, and you have created, you can say, synchronized the music with your art and the animation and the way the music moves on. Your art was also moving on, and whatever graphics you have created in with the music, with the visuals, that was amazing. And it was really going well with the music and the song and everything. It's how to explain. I have no words to explain. So I'm short of words to explain all these things. Yes, it is amazing. So this is what You are creating in visual as well as stills, and as well as designing the covers, plus designing the inside of the visuals, also video albums, also video music album, I would say. And it was really great. And now I would like to ask you, uh, how much time, how much creativity, and how much your parents, help you to achieve all these uh, achievements, all these goals that you have set in your life? How much your parents encourage you and support you?
For starters, I would say I owe everything to them because even when I was in grade six, they're the ones who gave me my first camera. So without that, I would not be here. Just the butterfly effect came into play, right? But yeah, other than that, I feel like both of them like support me to the like fullest extent. Whenever I have some work, whenever I need some advice, I can freely go to them and ask them about it. And there's never been any like um restrictions when it came to my work, because yeah, I just feel like it's like 100% unconditional support, without which I would not be here.
Wow. Now you are going to a university of your choice. Would you like to share something about the university where you are going to?
So it's called the Bauhaus University. It's in Weimar, Germany, and it's one of the oldest and most prestigious art schools in the world for design. And I'm going there for a bachelor's in visual communication. Um, yeah, and the good thing about it is I got in on my first try, which is not something you would hear very commonly when it comes to that place. And yeah, so basically they have like 4 levels of inspection where they see if you're a good fit. So the first thing is that they give you a project, like a homework assignment to do. So if I'm applying for design, they gave me like a design project to do. And after that, they check your portfolio and then they do a personal interview. But in my case, I did the homework thing. I submitted it. So basically, I planned a whole book. I can show you later if you want. But just on the basis of that, I got admission. So I didn't have to show my portfolio, which I worked very hard for. But yeah, and there was no like interview, which is again very like I did not expect for that to happen. And then I was talking to one of the alumni there, and then he told me that there's only like 20 to 25 seats that they have every year. And me getting in without any interview was, yeah, I just didn't see it coming.
Wow. Congratulations on that you have been selected in the prestigious university which you had dreamed of. And I heard that you were targeting that university for a very long time when you were very young. So how you came to know about this university that you have to go there?
I think I picked it in like towards the end of ninth grade or like beginning 10th grade. So yeah, I was just starting to get serious about this art stuff when COVID happened. And like that's when I was starting to get serious about it, as in this is something that I want to do in the long run. And I was just exploring various courses that I could do which would help me here. And that's when I came across this university, and it has a pretty rich history. It has a history of rebellion against the regime. It has a history of anarchy. It has a history of voicing out and standing on what you believe in, which are things that I also like align with. So the moment I read about it history, so basically it was shut down by Hitler, but then everybody associated with it scattered and ran it from hiding, which is a very you don't get to hear that about every university. So yeah, when I just read its story, I was mesmerized, and then I thought, yeah, this is where I belong.
Wow. Since we're young, you set up your goal, and it
Yeah.
is very amazing thing, and you were bent upon achieving that goal. Now, you tell me which artists inspired you most, because this is contemporary art. Not many people know about it. or are used to hearing about it. They don't understand most of the people, but still, I would like to ask you, which artist inspired you most in this field?
My main inspiration was Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was he is known as the pioneer of neo-expressionism, which is the art style that is closest to what I do. And yeah, I'd been studying his work for a very long time, and something about it just stood out. Um, so yeah, there's him. And if we talk about modern day, then there's an artist called Jet Parti, who's also doing similar things. He's based out of New York. And yeah, I just connect with both of their works a lot.
Wow. And they are pioneer in their field, and you are
Yeah.
making a mark in your field also. And it is a different kind of field, visual plus animation and everything. So how do you feel that where you stand in this world, in this
When I
industry?
when I
Yeah.
compare myself to my influences or my inspirations, I don't think I stand anywhere in front of them because they're at like this elevated pedestal level where I can only hope to reach in the coming future. But yeah, hopefully we'll make it there.
Wow. That is very, very, you are a very humble person, and you are such a great artist. And still you say that there's a lot to learn. And yes, there is a lot to learn, and you have to really create many, many beautiful art. Still you have created whatever you have created. They are really very big in our eyes, in everybody's eyes. And still you say, no, no, this is very small stepping stone. I say, yes, it is a big stepping stone. The biggest of all is you have set one goal when you were very young, and you are going to achieve that. That is the best thing. And you have already achieved many more, many things that have come in your way, and you have achieved it successfully, and you have made it very successful. Currently, you are working towards changing the perception and importance of visual campaign, and many albums you are going to create. Now, what do you mean by changing the perception of people around you, around the world? Because people don't understand your kind of art. Few people can understand, but what about the others? Do you think that you will be able to make them understand common people can understand your art?
When it comes to the music industry, I'm actually working on changing how the importance of it is perceived, in the sense that when you look at artists from the USA, or when you look at like big rappers, one thing they have in common is when they drop an album, they do extensive marketing for it. There's a lot of visuals involved. There's a lot of marketing involved in a very creative way. So they would do pop-ups, they would do concerts, they would do social media campaigns. So that is something I'm trying to bring about in the Indian scene. And yeah, and when it comes to the common people understanding what I do or the style of art that I have, I don't think everybody will catch on to it, but as it is with a lot of things, once it's popular, everybody wants to hop on that wagon. So I'm just counting on that. Yeah.
Yeah, we are looking forward to changing our perception and looking through your eyes, like, and thinking like you. So any message you would like to say? Do you want to show something on screen? Any more things
Uh,
that you want to show?
I can show you the work that I did for Kanye West.
Yes,
I'll have
please.
to open it.
In the meantime, Aryan is getting ready. Anyone who would like to ask some questions, they are free to ask. So we are looking forward to many more art pieces which Aryan will create, and we would also like request Aryan to create something for Mavin platform also, because Mavin is also growing platform. It is global learning and training platform where we are associated with spiritualism. Plus, we also promote our kind of goal, that is to make learning affordable to each and every person. That's why we try to reach out to common people. That's why my question was, how do we connect to common people who can't afford the kind of art, like high level of art or expensive art? So this is also one aspect which we are working continuously towards it. One more thing I would like to ask Aryan is, what do you say about the social cause? Do you do something to help those people who are not at par in their social level?
Social level in my industry.
Yes, in music industry, because common people also hear these musics, right?
Yeah.
How do you connect? How do you think that it can, help them? Either they can increase their perception, improve their perception from low to high, negativity to positivity. So
I
how you
think
can create one revolution over there?
as a listener, as somebody who listens to the music that we work on, you
No,
just have to,
as an artist.
yeah, no, for the people, like as a
Yes.
listener, you have to be open to
Yeah.
experimentation. You have to be open to when your favorite artist does something that they're not supposed to do, or when they break a few rules, right? In the industry, you have to be open to that. And other than that, I also work with um, up and coming musicians who do not have the budgets, who do not have the resources. So there's a couple of albums that I did with them, just so that I could like help them get out in the music industry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the best thing you do, because most of these singers, these music creators, they don't have the budget to spare for advertisement or creating any art, and you are doing something for them. It is really adding on to your achievements, because it will definitely give you blessings from them, that you have helped them in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible, like the red thing?
Wow.
So this is the one that I did for a song that is produced by Kanye West, who's like supposed to be one of the best rappers in the world. And I was like starstruck when his team reached out to me, because there's another rapper called Consequence who personally messaged me about this cover art in December. So this is what I've been working on. It's supposed to release soon, but yeah, this will also be a big break.
Wow. This is amazing. And
Yeah,
it is
it's
like coming towards us.
it's called Bloodstain 3. And the typography that I've done is, it's like a pretty abstract style. So it's been
Yeah.
drawn by hand. It spells out bloodstain and then there's 3 here.
And it is creating an illusion that it is coming towards us and engulfing us with this energy, red color energy.
Yeah.
Wow. This is what they want to project. They want to, you know, give the audience the feel of 3D effect, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so good. Thank you so much for sharing such beautiful creative art and beautiful modern contemporary art. And of course, you are going to make a beautiful and bigger mark over there when you are going to study in the university of your choice, a beautiful university, historical in university, which will help you grow more and more, bigger and bigger, and the world will see you from down, because you will grow bigger and bigger, right? So with this note, I'm thanking you for all that you have shared with us, and all the best for your future journey and visions, your future arts, for future of your growing and growing and growing, endlessly growing, and bigger. Sky is the limit. So thank you very much, Aryan, for sharing with us all the knowledge that you have, all the art you have shared with all of us out here. Anyone who would like to ask any question, floor is open for them. Anyone would like to ask anything?
I just want to thank Aryan for sharing his, all the images which are so beautiful and they are really inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you.
So with this note, we end this session. Thank you very much, Aryan, again. And we would like you to help us in our journey also by creating something for us, for Mavin team. And thank you, Mavin team. Thank you, Dr. Shubhana. Thank you, all the audience out here. Thank you, whole of the world who is watching now and over the YouTube link. Thank you very much. And thank you, Aryan, for being with us on this day.